All right, welcome. Today, we are going to pull back the curtain on one of the internet's true unsung heroes, the domain name system, DNS. It's basically the magic that happens in those tiny milliseconds right after you hit enter. And look, understanding how it works is totally key if you want to build a fast, secure network. So if you've ever wondered how that all happens, you are in the exact right place. Let's dig in and build our understanding of DNS, one step at a time.
I mean, it's a question we almost never stop to ask, right? You just type a simple, memorable name into your browser, and boom, the website just appears. But that's not an accident. It's actually the result of this incredible, super efficient global system working perfectly, just behind the scenes.
And right at the heart of it all is the DNS server. Think of it like this. It's the official phone book for the entire internet. It's so easy to forget that computers, they don't think in words like google.com. Nope, they speak in numbers. Specifically, IP addresses. DNS is that critical translator, the one that connects the name you can remember to the number that the computer actually needs.
But, this whole translation thing isn't just a one-stop shop. It's more of a team effort, really. It's like this clever little dance between two key players, and each one has a very specific job to do.
Okay, so let's meet our two main players. First up, you've got the Recursive Server. The best way to think of this one is as the searcher. It's the one that takes your request and does all the hard work, all the legwork for you. Its partner in this is the Authoritative Server, which is the record keeper. This server holds the official final answer, the actual record. So, to put it simply, one does all the searching and the other one knows the answer.
So now, let's actually map out the journey of a single request. We're going to follow it right from your keyboard all the way to the website and then back again. This is the fundamental process that your network is doing literally millions of times a day.
Let's trace this four-step journey together. Okay, so first, step 1. Your browser sends out the request to that recursive server we just talked about. Then, step 2, the search really begins. The recursive server first asks what's called a root server. You can think of that as the main index for the entire internet. Now, the root server doesn't know the exact address, but it knows who to ask next, the top-level domain server, or TLD server. That's the one in charge of all the .coms, .orgs, and so on. This brings us to step 3. The TLD server points the way to the final stop, the authoritative server, which holds that actual IP address. And finally, step 4. The authoritative server gives that IP address to the recursive server, which then passes it straight back to your browser. And bam, you're connected. It's like a super high-speed relay race, and the whole thing happens in milliseconds. It's amazing.
Okay, so now that we get how the lookup actually works, let's talk about who is doing the looking up. Because believe me, not all DNS servers are created equal. When you're setting up a network, you've got a really key choice to make. Are you going to use a public or a private directory? So on the public side, you've got servers run by your internet service provider or by big companies like Google. They're open to everyone, and they're what most of us use every day without even thinking about it. But then you've got private DNS, which is for a closed network, like a company's internal system. The huge benefit here is control. An organization can manage its own private phone book for way better security and customized network traffic. And because DNS is so incredibly central to everything we do online, securing it is one of the most important steps you can take in building a reliable network. I mean this seriously. This isn't just a best practice. It's an absolute necessity.
Yeah, that quote really says it all, doesn't it? If your DNS is vulnerable, your entire network is vulnerable. It's basically the front door, and you have to make sure it is locked down and totally reinforced against any potential threats.
So here it is, your blueprint for a really secure DNS setup. First, DNSSEC. It digitally signs your data to make sure it hasn't been messed with. Then, encrypting your DNS traffic keeps it private from anyone trying to snoop. Network redundancy just means having backup servers, so if one goes down, your site stays online. Rate limiting? That helps stop denial of service attacks by controlling how many requests are accepted. Hiding your primary servers just makes them a harder target for attackers to find. And of course, the golden rule of everything. Always, always keep your systems updated. You put all these together, and you've created a truly resilient system.
Okay, let's just zoom out for a second and really appreciate the massive impact of this whole system. It's so much more than just a convenience. It's truly one of the main pillars of the modern internet. Can you even imagine? Instead of typing a simple name, you'd have to remember something like 142.250.191.78 just to do a Google search. I mean, the internet would be basically unusable for most of us. DNS is really the engine that makes browsing the web so intuitive and seamless.
And when you boil it all down, it comes back to these three core things you see right here. DNS makes the internet accessible for everybody. It's built for speed, translating those names in the blink of an eye. And when you configure it properly, it gives you a fundamental layer of security for your entire network.
So from a simple name all the way to a complex network connection, that is the incredible journey powered by DNS. But as amazing as this whole system is, it does leave us with a really critical question for the future. As the internet just keeps expanding and the threats keep evolving, how is this invisible directory going to adapt to keep all of us connected and to do it securely?